Now this question has been taken from 2015 Further Maths Exam 2 paper, and this is a question on geometry and measurement. Okay, well, you can pause this video and try to do this yourself. Hopefully you have read the question. So here you got this cable car station, this is the communication tower, this is the campsite. The distance between the car station and the communication tower is 950 meters. That between car station and the campsite is 1400 meters. The bearing of the communication tower from the car station is 60 degrees, and this angle is 40 degrees. Well, the first question is you want to find this length, the distance. You want to find the length of the straight path between the communication tower and the campsite. So, well, you have two sides of a triangle. You have two sides of a triangle and the included angle. So we can use the cosine rule. So let me write the cosine rule. So x squared is equal to 950 squared plus 1400 squared minus 2 times 950 times 1400 times cos 40 degrees. Okay, one thing that you should do always on your CAS calculator is to check your degrees. So let me first change this. Always by default my setting is an exact form. I don't want an exact form, I want an approximate form, and I'll make it default. Okay, and it's already in degrees. So the first thing that I need to do is to use that formula. So let's look at that formula. So it is 950 squared plus 1400 squared minus 2 times 950 times 1400. Okay, so let me move this slightly to this side so that you can see the screen. So, well, so let me do 950 squared plus 1400 squared minus 2 times 950 times 1400 times cos of 40, that is square of x squared. That will be a big number, and you have to find the square root of that. So you can go control square root and then control answer. So that is 908.17, and we want the answer as the nearest meter. So x is 908 meters. That's your first answer. So this is 908 meters. Now the next part of the question is you want to find, use the cosine rule to find the bearing of the camp from the communication tower. So bearing of the camp from the communication tower means they want us to find this angle. This is the bearing from the north, and that angle is theta. That's what we want to find. Okay, now if this is 60 degree and these two are parallel, these two angles are forming supplementary angle because they are interior angles on the same side, of the transversal, so they add up to 180. So this is 120. So, well, we can find this angle, and we know, let me write that, alpha plus theta plus 120 is going to be 360. So if we can find alpha, we can find theta. So we can say make theta the subject. So theta is 360 degrees minus 120 degree minus theta. So well, we can minus alpha, sorry, minus alpha. So theta is basically going to be 240. 360 minus 120 is 240 minus alpha. So now, well, we have to figure out how to find out alpha. So well, you have these two sides and this is the included angle. So if you can use again the cosine rule to figure out alpha. So you've got three sides of a triangle, so you can again use the cosine rule. So we can say cos alpha is equal to the sides which forms the angle squared. So it is 950 squared plus 908 squared minus the square of the side which is opposite, which is 1400 squared, divided by 2 times 950 times 908. So alpha is basically going to be cos inverse of the answer. So we can also do the whole thing like this. So we can say alpha is cos inverse of this whole thing. I'm going to put this in the bracket. So basically you can use a CAS calculator to do this whole thing. So again, let me show you. So you can go trig cos inverse and put a fraction. So I don't want this here. So let's remove that. That is 908 squared plus 950 squared minus 1400 squared divided by 2 times divided by why is it highlighting? Okay, divided by 2 times 908 times 950. So that is going to be the angle 950. This is not picking, it's 950. Enter. So that is 97.76 degrees. So we can say alpha is 97.76 degrees, which is 98 degrees. Okay, so we can say theta is going to be 360, no, not 360, 240 minus 98 degrees. Okay, again let's use the calculator. 240 minus 98 degrees is 142 degrees. So we can say theta, which is the bearing, is going to be 142 degrees. So this will give you 3 marks.